Small Satellites Program UNSSP. UNSSP is launched by ISRO to train 90 qualifying engineers from various countries to build and test 3 small satellites each year. ISRO's Bengaluru-based Radio Satellite Center URSC, until recently known as ISAC, will train the overseas students. Students will be hosted in Bengaluru for 2 months each year and work in 3 annual batches of 30. This capacity building program is in response to a request that the Office for Outer Space Affairs had made to spacefaring nations last year. UNISPACE plus 50. It is an event marking the 50th year of the first conference on the exploration and peaceful uses of outer space. Into asteroid. http://www.shankariasacademia.com vertical line www.yesparliament.com 94. A Japanese probe Hayabusa 2 has recently reached Yugu, an asteroid 300 million kilometers away from Earth. Japan Aerospace Exploration Agency, JAXA, has launched the probe in 2014. The aim of the mission is to collect information about the birth of the solar system and the origin of life. It identifies suitable sites to take samples from once the probe touches down on the asteroid. It will deploy a small lander and 3 rovers. It will then blast an artificial crater to analyze material below the asteroid's surface. After that, the probe will head back to Earth, arriving near the end of 2020 with samples in tow. Rare and isolated neutron star. The NASA scientists have discovered a special kind of neutron star for the first time outside of the Milky Way galaxy. Neutron stars are the ultra-dense cores of massive stars that collapse and undergo a supernova explosion. The newly identified neutron star was discovered by using data from NASA's Chandra X-ray Observatory and the European Southern Observatory's Very Large Telescope ELT in Chile. It is a rare variety that has both a low magnetic field and no stellar companion. Oxygen-rich supernova remnants of neutron stars C0102 are important for understanding how massive stars fuse lighter elements into heavier ones before they explode. IMAP. NASA's Interstellar Mapping and Acceleration Probe IMAP mission will help researchers better understand the boundary of the heliosphere. NASA is targeting 2024 for the launch of a new mission to learn more about the generation of cosmic rays in the heliosphere. Heliosphere is the region where the constant flow of particles from our sun, called the solar wind, collides with material from the rest of the galaxy. Cosmic rays created locally and from the galaxy and beyond affect human explorers in space and can harm technological systems, and likely play a role in the presence of life itself in the universe. The spacecraft will be positioned about 1.5 million kilometers away from Earth towards the Sun at what is called the first Lagrange point, or L1. K2 mission. A new mission plan named K2 Second Light was presented for consideration in 2013 by NASA. The K2 mission represents a new concept for spacecraft operations that enables continued scientific observations with the Kepler Space Telescope. K2 would involve using Kepler's remaining capability, photometric precision of about 300 parts per million, to collect data for finding and studying more exoplanets. In this proposed mission plan, Kepler would search a much larger area in the plane of Earth's orbit around the Sun. It entails a series of sequential observing campaigns of fields distributed around the ecliptic plane and offers a photometric precision approaching that of the original Kepler mission. The K2 mission welcomes all proposals including, but not exclusive to, exoplanet, stellar, extragalactic, and solar system science. Defense. Pinnacle. Pinnacle Mark I is an indigenous multi-barrel unguided rocket launch system developed by DRDO for firing of multiple warheads. http://www.shankariasacademia.com vertical line www.yesparliament.com 95. It was used in the 1999 Kargil conflict. It has a range of 40 kilometers. It was later transformed into a short-range precision-guided missile and thus renamed as Guided Pinnacle Mark II. It has high accuracy and equipped with a navigation, guidance and control system with a range of 70 to 80 kilometers. The missile is currently undergoing trials and expected to be delivered to the Army in 2 years. Multi-barrel rocket versus guided missile. A multiple rocket launcher is a type of rocket artillery system with multiple warheads, and it was launched simultaneously by an unguided system. Guided missile is a self-propelled and launched by a precision-guided system, and it has for components such as targeting, missile guidance, flight system, engine and warhead. Apache helicopters. Apache helicopters are developed by USA, which belongs to heavy helicopter weighing more than 5 tons. India signed procurement plan of Apache helicopters with USA in 2015. Recently, the U.S. State Department approved the sale of 6 additional Ha-64 Apache attack helicopters to India for the Army. Currently, the Army operates only smaller Cheetah and ALH advanced light helicopters that weigh less than 5 tons. All bigger helicopters, including the Mi-35 attack helicopters, and fixed-wing aircraft operated by the Indian Air Force IAF. Under the present procurement plan, the IAF will operate 22 Apache attack helicopters, while the Army will have 6 of them. New artillery gun. It is an indigenously developed gun and upgraded version of the Swedish Bofors gun procured by India. It is a 155mm ammunition system with a range of 36 kilometers. It is compatible with all North Atlantic Treaty Organization NATO 155mm ammunition systems. It has successfully completed final trials and is ready for induction into the Army. Rani Rajmani. It is a fast patrol vessel, indigenously built by Hindustan Shipyard. It is built under the Fast Patrol Vessel FPV project of Indian Coast Guard. Under the first phase of the project, 5 FPVs has been built. The first for such ships are ICGs Rani Abaka, ICGs Rani Avanti Bai, ICGs Rani Durgavati, and ICGs Rani Gadeen Liu. They have been commissioned and are in active service at various locations on the eastern seaboard. Rani Rajmani is the last in the first phase and recently commissioned into the ICG. It will be based in Visakhapatnam. Others. Chlorophyll, F. It is a type of chlorophyll that uses near-infrared light from the sun for photosynthesis. It is found in the wide range of cyanobacterial blue-green algae when they grow in near-infrared light. It is also found in shaded conditions such as bacterial mats and beach rocks. It also occurs in a cupboard fitted with infrared LEDs. http://www.shankariasacademia.com // www.yesparliament.com 96. These insights could be useful for researchers to develop crops to perform photosynthesis using wider range of light. Usually, plants use chlorophyll A for photosynthesis that is sensitive to visible red light from the sun. Global classification of diseases. The World Health Organization, who has released its new International Classification of Diseases, ICD-11. ICD is a unique code for diseases, injuries that helps health professionals to share health information across the globe. It is also used by national health program managers, health insurers whose reimbursements depend on ICD coding. The latest edition ICD-11 provides significant improvements on previous versions in coding structure and electronic tooling. This will allow healthcare professionals to more easily and completely record conditions. ICD-11 will be presented at the World Health Assembly in May 2019 for adoption by member states. It will come into effect on January 1, 2022. New additions in ICD-11. It includes new separate chapters including traditional medicine and sexual health, which was previously categorized in mental health conditions. Gaming disorder has been added to the section on addictive disorders. The codes relating to antimicrobial resistance are more closely in line with the global antimicrobial resistance surveillance system GLASS. Legalization of marijuana. Canada is to become the second country in the world to fully legalize marijuana after Uruguay. It paves the way for recreational cannabis to be legally bought and sold within the next 2 or 3 months. Medical marijuana is already legal in Canada. Marijuana is a psychoactive drug from the cannabis plant used for medical, recreational, and religious purposes. Cannabis can be used by smoking, vaporization, within food, or as an extract. It creates mental and physical effects, such as a high or stoned feeling, the general change in perception, and an increase in appetite. Short-term side effects may include a decrease in short-term memory, dry mouth, impaired motor skills, red eyes, and feelings of paranoia or anxiety. Long-term side effects may include addiction, decreased mental ability and behavioral problems in children whose mothers used cannabis during pregnancy. Spanish flu. The outbreak of Spanish flu in 1918 is the history's worst known infectious disease. It is considered to be one of the global pandemics that causes death of 40 million in 1918 to 1919 across the world. Influenza is a virus that is known to cause the flu. The virus attacks mainly the upper respiratory tract, such as the nose, throat, and bronchi, and rarely also the lungs. The different types of influenza include A, B, and C. The serotypes of influenza virus like the H1N1, H5N1, H3N2, etc., have caused pandemics in humans. H1N1 is the strain that caused Spanish outbreak, which acquired the ability to infect humans and then to become transmissible among humans. http://www.shankariasacatemail.com // www.yesparliament.com 97. The virus is easily passed from person to person through the air by droplets and small particles excreted when infected individuals cough or sneeze. The influenza virus enters the body through the nose or throat and takes between 1 to 4 days for the person to develop symptoms. Disease spreads very quickly among the population, especially in crowded circumstances. Cold and dry weather enables the virus to survive longer outside the body than in other conditions, and, as a consequence, seasonal epidemics in temperate areas appear in winter. TB vaccine for diabetes. A recent study has revealed that the tuberculosis vaccine called BCG Bacillus calmette-guerin might lower blood sugar in diabetes type 1 patients several years after they get the shot. Type 1 diabetes arises when the body's immune system kills the insulin-producing beta cells. Without insulin, cells cannot absorb sugar glucose, which they need to produce energy. There is no patent for BCG, thus it promises a safe and inexpensive treatment for type 1 diabetes. BCG also protects against leprosy, sepsis among babies, and leishmaniasis. It is also the first approved immunotherapy against bladder cancer. Oxytocin ban. The Ministry of Health and Family Welfare has restricted the manufacture of oxytocin formulations for domestic use to public sector only from 1 July 2018. It has also banned the import of oxytocin and its formulations. From 1 July 2018, no private manufacturer will be allowed to manufacture the drug for domestic use. Karnataka Antibiotics and Pharmaceuticals Limited (KAPL) is the only public sector company authorized for manufacturing this drug for domestic use. Oxytocin in any form or name will not be allowed to be sold through retail chemist. Oxytocin, it is a hormone secreted by the pituitary gland in human. It is also called as love hormone. It plays a role in reproduction, childbirth, and lactation, apart from social interaction in humans. It also has physical and psychological effects, including influencing social behavior and emotion. Oxytocin is used both for humans and animals to accelerate normal labor. It is being misused in the livestock industry to stimulate the mammary gland and induce milk production in farm animals. The drug's abuse in animals shortens their lives and makes them barren sooner. Paraben levels in water. A project is initiated to identify parabens and triclosan in water bodies to help develop measures to correct their harmful effects. Parabens are a group of organic compounds used as preservatives in cosmetics and hygiene products. They are harmful for human health, and when they end up in water bodies with urban and hospital waste, they become a threat to corals and may cause hormonal disruptions in dolphins and other marine animals as well. Use of cosmetics with parabens could pose a risk of breast cancer in women. Multiple studies have linked chlorinated parabens to endocrine disrupting functions, specifically mimicking the effects of estrogen. Norman AI. Norman is an artificial intelligence AI system created by the Massachusetts Institute of Technology MIT. http://www.shankariasacatemail.com www.yesparliament.com 98. It is also known as the first psychopathic artificial intelligence. The goal is to explain in layman's terms how algorithms are made, and to make people aware of AI's potential dangers. Norman represents a case study on the dangers of artificial intelligence gone wrong when biased data is used in machine learning algorithms. The AI was named after the psychopathic killer Norman Bates in the 1960 Alfred Hitchcock film Psycho. Index and Report. Composite Water Management Index. The index is developed by NIVIAOG and it ranks states on how well they managed water. It is released by the Ministry of Water Resources. It comprises 9 broad sectors with 28 different indicators covering various aspects of groundwater, restoration of water bodies, irrigation, farm practices, drinking water, policy and governance. According to the recent report, Gujarat, Madhya Pradesh and Andhra Pradesh have managed water resources efficiently. Meghalaya, Uttarakhand and Nagaland are the bottom 3 states in the index. While Tripura has emerged as top performer in Northeast, Rajasthan has emerged as the best performer in the incremental progress over last 2 years. Some of the other important findings from the recent report are: 1. India is facing its worst water crisis in history and that the demand for potable water will outstrip supply by 2030 if steps are not taken. 2. 21 cities, including Delhi, Bengaluru, Chennai and Hyderabad, will run out of groundwater by 2020, affecting 100 million people. 3. Critical groundwater resources, which accounted for 40% of the water supply, are being depleted at unsustainable rates and up to 70% of the supply is contaminated. ******